Hi everybody, it's Julia here, and so a bit of an update on December Daily. It's been going really well. I'm really happy. It's one of my favorite projects of the year, and this is my third year, for those who don't know. I did 2014, not that daily, but I still did it. Finished it the week after Christmas. And then I did last year and I finished it in January. Correction on the first album though, 2014. I did sort of finish it that last week in December, but I totally went back November of last year and like redid a lot of the pages because I cannot control myself. But yeah, so that 2 years that I've done completed. And then this year, and if you followed my channel, you know that I have been prepping. I have not shown as much as I have done because that would be crazy. I love December Daily. And I have been prepping and buying stuff and all of that. And I've actually done foundation pages this year and it's been so much fun. But sometimes things just doesn't work out, and today's Tuesday and Sunday my printer went on strike and I am so bloody annoyed. So tomorrow I will take it in and see if I can fix it to the computer printer doctors, and if they can't I will have to wait till after Christmas to buy a new one. But that is sort of what I want to talk to you. I'm trying to think positive here. I mean, the album is halfway done for me because I started the last week in November. So, I mean, my album is halfway done. And if, against all odds, I would just finish it now, I'm really happy with what I've got. Of course, I want to follow it through, of course. But what I want to do, and I think this applies to you if you... for some reason, if your printer doesn't work, if you don't print at home at all, or if you just like feel fed up by now that this is not working out, you need to put it on hold and do it after, I think I have a few tips for you. So first of all, I keep a traveler's notebook. It's sort of like a diary, but I started keeping journals like this about a year ago. I have fibromyalgia, and that sort of affects your cognitive abilities, and also when you get worse, I should say, memory fades really quickly. So I started keeping a journal, not really a diary per se, but more like what I have done so I can remember, because I forget. So what I have done here, so in my last month I do a calendar page like this. I just draw it up because, like I said, even though my printer and I are slowly getting on better terms, I cannot print out inserts. That's beyond me. So I just draw them in, and then what I have done is make one spread per week, and they're just 2-inch. I write what I have done here. I write what I have done, and I just put in a 2-inch photo right over here. Now for December Daily, I don't really feel like that is necessary. So what I've done is I take one page per day and I write what I have done because that is the most important to me. And then I journal. And you can see I've done that here. And this works really well for me. I have journaled a lot, and I journal about the topics that I document in December Daily. So that is my point here. So here we see today. It's a sticky note. So later here I will journal about what was important today that I want to document in my December Daily later. And I think this has helped partly thinking through my stories before I scrapbook them, but also I think this will be very good that I have started this routine that I do every day if I can't print my photos and I need to go back and find the story I'm looking for. I have it all in here. So that is my one tip, is to journal. And you can see all the tape here. It's because when I did this book, I wasn't really thinking about what I was going to use it for. So I have taken some pattern paper and tipped them in here because my days ran out on day 28. It happens. So that is my first tip, is to journal every day. And since I do it every day anyway, I just try to be more thoughtful about what I'm journaling about. Next thing is I take and before December, every month I send out to print my photos, and for November I always try to find photos that are pretty generic that I know I can use in December Daily if for some reason I don't have a photo, and that's really good because my printer doesn't work. So I'm just going to show you a few generic photos that you can use. So here I have a photo of Viola, my dog. It's a horrible glare, I know, but it's a pretty generic. There's a bit of snow on the ground, but I mean, she's out walking. We're out walking pretty much daily, so that's one. Here is one. Glögg pepparkakor, it's tradition in Sweden to eat that, are really good, and I just added some text with the Rana Design app, and this is something you can use because, I mean, you don't need to do daily. I mean, if you want to tell a story about this today, then you just use this photo. You can use just a selfie. Don't we look alike? No, not really. Have some wood here from outside. Photo from last year. So my sister is not here, but that's because she and her boyfriend, they spent Christmas like in the mornings till about noon or so. They spend it with us, and then they go to her boyfriend's family. And I don't know why she's not here, because this is taken in the morning. I don't know. I don't care. But they are really pretty photos of my family that I took with the tree Olboka, and I made my mom take a photo of me. That took forever. But you can just use this. This doesn't need to be a collage, but you can just use from past Christmas and journal about it. Some decorations. Here is a little homemade decorations that I made, and I have a process video of this one. So there's something I did this year that I could journal about why I did it and why I love it. And then here we have some kakelugnar. I have no idea what it's called in English. You burn wood in them and they get really hot. We have 3 of them in our house. We have an old house. So I just took a photo, and I mean, it looks like this pretty much every day until March. So that is the photo I'm going to use for yesterday. And yesterday is going to be about, not that my printer died, even though that was a big thing. I really try to think about, when I look back, what do I want to read about in my December Daily? And what I love about December Daily is not just about the Christmas and the preparations, but also there's a really good glimpse into the lives that we live right now. So let's see here. I can show you how it looks. So day 9 looks like this, and the back side is day 10. And what I've done here is just put a post-it note, because I have a photo and I have a story. I put my number there, and then when I get the photo printed, I can just slap it on here and then put a little label with the journaling on. So that is all done. Then for day 11, it's a bit more complicated. Here we have the page. I'm going to take that off. So this page is pretty much done. I just need the photos, and it says Christmas presents and then secret. So you lift it up and you can see all this stuff I used to wrap my presents. And then here I have a list of the persons and their Christmas presents. I should not show that. And then here I just have a sticky note saying what kind of photos I want. And then I can journal. So this one is pretty much always done. So day 12 is going to be on the back side, and that is what we're going to do now with this photo. And I'm going to use this photo to talk about my fibromyalgia and how hard it can be when it gets cold, and that all I want to do is snuggle up by the fire. and that way it works to have a generic photo like that. So that is my tips for today. I'm going to flip you over so you can see me putting this page together. I'm just going to write up the journaling, but on the big haul, if you don't want to watch that, my tips for you if you feel fed up or you want to take a break or you just don't print photos at home is to journal every day, to write down the story that you want to focus on, to have some photos pre-planned. It's a bit bad to say that now when we have started, but to have some generic photos to write about. And I mean, you can write pretty much anything to a wood burning. I mean, that's just cozy. And then also to stick sticky notes on everything. Yeah, so you sort of get an idea of where you want it. So yeah, that is what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to flip you over and hope for the best. Oops, it's over here. I tried to turn this camera off, it won't work. This one. Okay, so we should get started. I have printed my journaling on my typewriter, which is good since my printer won't work. How many times can I say that without sounding bitter? Okay, I've said it too much. So put down my photo and I trimmed it a bit, and then I'm putting down my number. And I'm going to add these snowflakes. They came in the This Month syrups box, and they are really, really pretty. They have this sort of iridescent holographic glitter on top, and they are just really yummy. Very, very pretty, and I thought they fit very nicely on yesterday's page. And I'm going to add this wood banner that came in the pack from Maggie Holmes, Shine. And I'm just going to add a title, and I don't usually add titles to my December dailies, but I thought this page wanted a title up there, so I just write Fiber Day with my Dymo. And what I do with my pages is I try to have some things common throughout. So I have my Dymo, I have my typewriter, and also like wood veneer. And just picking some of those elements throughout the album, maybe not on every page, but on the majority will add consistency throughout the album. I cannot speak today. So here we have a bunch of them all at once. So that is that page, and I just thought, let's just keep going. Day 13. So in Sweden, day 13 is Lucia, and that is an old tradition based on this saint. And I'm not going to go through that because that just takes forever. But the little tassel there is white with a red ribbon, and if you know Lucia, you know that is how she dresses, in white dress with a red ribbon. And here I have a card, and I just put Lucia with my Dymo, and then going to put on my number, and I'm just going to journal here with my handwriting. And I'm going to journal about Lucia and how it's a big tradition here in Sweden, like from kindergarten up to preschool, you do Lucia, and I don't do that because it was a long time ago, and I just wanted to journal about that. So the photo I have I may not use, I may change that out for something else, but for now this is a page I consider it done, and I'm very happy with what I could accomplish without having real proper photos, quote unquote. So I hope you have liked this video with a little bit of tips on how you can stretch your December dailies without having photos, and I hope to see you soon with a working printer.